Hello everyone and welcome to a second session on linear arrangements. In this session, we will be looking at more complex problems on line arrangements with double rows with some additional data to match, and also in one of the problem we'll also be integrating blood relations with the linear arrangements. So let's begin our journey and move to the first set. So let's begin with this question. In this question, we have been given 6 persons A, B, C, D, E and F are sitting in 2 rows, 3 in each. Okay, so let's have 2 rows, 3 people in each row. Let me call this row 1 and this as row 2. E is not at the end of any row. So E should definitely be in the middle of any row. So I am putting E in the middle of row 2. D is second to the left of F. That tells me that D and F, they are in the same row. But we have to see whether row 1 or row 2. C, the neighbor of E, is sitting diagonally opposite to E. Now C is neighbor of E. That means C would come in row 2 because I have placed E in row 2. And that also tells me that D and F cannot be in row 2. They have to be in row 1. And D is second to the left of F. So if I place F here, D would be here, second to the left of F. C is diagonally opposite to D. By diagonally opposite we mean that sitting at extreme corners. So if D is at this corner, C will come at this corner. B is the neighbor of F. So B would come in between D and F, and the remaining person A will come in the left of E. So this is how we have arranged 6 people in 2 rows. Let's have a look at another problem. So this is again a problem of arranging people in 2 rows. But here it has been specified. If you read the question, it has been given to us A, B, C, D, E and E are 5 men sitting in a line facing due south, while M, N, O, P, Q are 5 ladies sitting in a second line parallel to the first line and facing to north. So let's have 2 rows here, and we have M, N, O, P, Q in the row 2 facing north, whereas A, B, C, D, E are 5 men in the row 1 facing south, and there would be 5 people in each row, each one facing person from the another row. Now when I look at the first piece of data, which is B, who is just next to the left of D, is opposite to Q. Now this is not a definite data because this is like a comparative data. So I know B and D, they both are facing south, and B is just next to the left of D. So if I put D here, B is to the left of D. Since they are south facing, B should come like this, and B, who is just next to the left of D, is opposite to Q. So who is opposite to Q? B is opposite to Q. Remember, we have studied the usage of relative pronouns when we were discussing the nuances of sitting arrangements. But I cannot plot this. I really don't know where D and B are placed right now. C and N are diagonally opposite to each other, tells me that they are at the extremes. Now, I think where we would get our starting point is this line. M is at one end of line. I know M is in the second row. Either M can be on this side or M could be this side. Now when I read this data, E is opposite to O, who is just next right of M. Now this particular piece of information strengthens the position of M, that M has to be at this place. Why? Because I need someone who is just right of M, and in this position I cannot place anyone on the right of M. So M would be at the left hand corner, O is just next of M, E is opposite to O. So we have got the placement of E, O and M. Now C and N are diagonally opposite to each other. Diagonals are extremes. Here this place is already occupied by M, so that means N would come here, and this diagonal, on the other end of diagonal, I can place C. P, who is just left of Q, is opposite to D. Now in the row 2 I have only two places left, which is for P and Q, and by reading this piece of information we know P is to the left of Q. So P is to the left of Q and P is opposite to D. Now we can place this data. We know we have B who is just left of D and is opposite to Q, which is being very well confirmed with the with the arrangement that we have done so far, and this remaining position would be going to A, and this remaining position will go to A. So this is how we have plotted the data here. We need one definite piece of information to start our arrangement, and that was given by M in this question, that M is at one end of the line. Another question on two parallel rows. This time we have 12 persons with 6 persons in each row. One row facing north and the other row facing south. Now in row 1 we have A, B, C, D, E, F, all of them facing south. In row 2 we have P, Q, R, S, T and V, all of them facing north. So in this given arrangement, each person seated in a row faces another person of the other row. Now A sits third to the left of E. A sits third to the left of E, and remember A and E are south facing persons. So if I place E anywhere, left of E should be towards this side. A sits third to the left of E. E is a south facing person. Left should be towards this side. So this person should be A. This data has been placed. The person facing A sits second to the left of T. The person facing A sits second to the left of T. The people in row 2 are facing north. That means if this is the person facing A, he should be second to the left of T, giving me position of T as this. Now we know there are 6 persons in each row. This row is facing north and this row is facing south. 2 people are sitting between T and P. That's where we should place P. C and D are immediate neighbors. Now C and D are immediate neighbors. Either they can be placed at these two positions or these two positions. But C and D do not sit at any of the extreme ends. That means C and D would only come in these two places. Only one person or one people sit between B and C. That tells me that I can place C here and I can place B here. This satisfies this condition that one person sits between B and C, and then I can place D here. So I am also ensuring that C and D are sitting together. They are immediate neighbors. So this remaining position in the row 1 goes to F, because he is the only remaining person in the row 1 as of now. Now coming to row 2. The person facing D, that means this position. The person facing D is an immediate neighbor of Q. Now he already has P as his right hand side neighbor. So the position of his left hand side neighbor is still left. So this person should be Q. V is not an immediate neighbor of P. That means that rules out I can have V here or I can have V here. The only position I can give to V is this place. S does not face A. So there's only one position left for S now, and the person who will be coming in front of A would be R. So that is our arrangement in 2 rows for these 12 persons. So as you can see, there are a lot of basic things that we have used here. We started with the A sits third to the left of E. You have to take care who's facing south, who's facing north, and couple of times we know there were negations, like we know these at these two places we cannot come, or C and D can only come here because they cannot come on the extreme. So writing the negative information becomes as important as writing the positive information when we are making a linear arrangement question. Now this is again a 2-row question. As you can see, there are 8 persons from different banks, which are UCO Bank, Syndicate Bank, Canara Bank, PNB, Dena Bank, Oriental Bank of Commerce, Indian Bank and Bank of Maharashtra. They are sitting in 2 parallel rows containing 4 people each. In the row 1 we have A, B, C, D, all of them facing south. In row 2 we have P, Q, R, S and all of them facing north. So in this question we also have to get their placement. We have to get their sitting arrangement, as well as we also have to figure out who belongs to which bank. So we have to get their sitting arrangement, as well as their information about bank also has to be kind of decoded. We have to figure out which person works in which bank. So let's get started. Also, one more information that is given here. In the given sitting arrangement, each member seated in a row faces another member of the other row. So the first piece of information that we have, C sits second to the right of person from Bank of Maharashtra. Now remember, C was in the row 1 where people are facing south. So if I am placing the person from Bank of Maharashtra, this position will go to C, because this row is south facing and right happens to be towards this side. R is an immediate neighbor of the person who faces the person from Bank of Maharashtra. So there would be someone who's facing the person from Bank of Maharashtra, and R is the neighbor of this particular person. Now this leads me to 2 possibilities. That either R is here or R is here. Only one person sits between R and the person from PNB. If I am placing R here, then the person from PNB can be here. Or if I am placing R here, the person from PNB can be here. So as of now, there are 2 possibilities regarding the placement of R and the person from PNB. Immediate neighbor of the person from PNB faces the person from Canara Bank. So if I assume the person from PNB to be here, so this place would be the immediate neighbor of that person, and it is being said the immediate neighbor of the person from PNB faces the person from Canara Bank, but I already have Bank of Maharashtra here. That means I cannot take this possibility. If I take PNB here, the immediate neighbor can be this person also, and I don't have a bank so far allotted to C. So I go with this possibility that the person from PNB is here and this position goes to R, and C can belong to Canara Bank. The person from UCO Bank faces the person from Oriental Bank of Commerce. So all I know, UCO Bank person and the OBC, they face each other. They should come just in front of one another. Now I can see I already have Canara here, I have PNB here, I have Bank of Maharashtra here. So the only place where bank has still not been allotted is these 2 places. And out of this I know that R is not from Oriental Bank of Commerce. So UCO Bank would be allotted to R, and in front of R we would have someone who's from Oriental Bank of Commerce. P is not from PNB, so P cannot come here. P does not face the person from Bank of Maharashtra. P also cannot come here. the only place left for P is this place. Q faces the person from Dena Bank. So Q is in the second row, and there's only one place vacant in the row 1 where no bank has been allotted. So here we should have the person from Dena Bank, and here we should have Q. So this position goes to S. The one who faces S sits to the immediate left of A. So that means this particular position is belonging to A because this row is south facing and this is their left. B does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line, confirming that B will come with, or B will go with Bank of Maharashtra, leaving the only one possibility for D, that D should belong to Oriental Bank of Commerce. The Bank of Maharashtra, the person from Bank of Maharashtra does not face the person from Syndicate Bank. So I cannot place Syndicate Bank in front of Bank of Maharashtra. So the place left for Syndicate Bank is like he could be allotted to P, and S would belong to the remaining bank, and which is, in this case, we have Indian Bank. So this is how we place the data in a 2-row line arrangement, wherein some additional information was also given. So the process of placing them at their respective positions, as well as the additional data that has given to them, that has to go simultaneously. We cannot carve out these two processes, that we will make sitting arrangement differently or we will arrange the data. These two processes have to be integrated and have to go together. And this is another question where we can see there's a group of 7 people: Salman, Shahrukh, Amir, Ranbir, Imran, Shahid and Akshay, and they have to be arranged on 7 chairs such that 2 adjacent chairs are facing opposite directions but not facing each other. So that means either they are facing north south or either they are facing east west. And when we read the complete data, we see that in the point number 4, that Imran has 4 people sitting to his right and is facing north. So if his direction is north, that means in the sitting arrangement people are either facing north or either facing south, and in this way we achieve our objective that people on the adjacent chairs are facing opposite directions but not facing each other. So let's see what is the definite data here and what is the comparative data here. Now Akshay sits in a chair whose direction is opposite to that of Imran. Does not tell me anything about the position of Akshay and Imran. Then we have important point. None of Salman, Shahrukh or Amir can sit adjacent to each other. So they cannot be neighbors to each other. Ranbir and Shahid are best friends, so they always sit together. Imran has 4 people sitting to his right and is facing north. Now this is a definite data, and from here I can start arranging these 7 peoples on chairs. So since it's been given that Imran is facing north and has 4 people to his right, so to his right there should be 4 positions, and since there are 7 people, there should be 2 people on his left. And since 2 people on the 2 adjacent chairs are facing opposite directions, so if Imran is looking towards north, his neighbor should look towards south. In another way we can say people on the alternate chairs are facing north and south. Now Ranbir and Shahid are best friends, so they always sit together. So we cannot put Ranbir and Shahid on chair number 1 and 2, because if we put Ranbir and Shahid on chair number 1 and 2, then we would not be able to achieve this fact that none of Salman, Shahrukh or Amir can sit adjacent to each other. Akshay sits in a chair whose direction is opposite to that of Imran. That means Akshay should be sitting on a chair facing south. So Ranbir and Ranbir and Shahid should come on 4, 5, 6, 7 chairs towards the right of Imran. Now if we place Amir here on the chair number 7, the last point says Amir is sitting 2 positions to the right of Ranbir. That means Ranbir should come on chair number 5. And on chair number 6, I cannot take Shahrukh or Salman, otherwise they would become neighbors. Also, I cannot take Akshay. So I'll take Shahid here on chair number 6. On chair number 2, now there's only one south facing chair left. This could be Akshay. As far as Shahrukh and Salman are concerned, they can be seated, any one of them can be seated on chair number 1 or chair number 4. So we can say here that we will have a possibility out of Salman and Shahrukh. One of them can sit on chair number 1, other can sit on chair number 4. Now, is this the only arrangement possible with this question? No, there could be one more arrangement. Let's have a look at that. Now, earlier we have placed Amir on chair number 7. We can also achieve a goal if we place Amir on chair number 4 and then Amir is sitting 2 places to the right of Ranbir. This can be achieved if Ranbir is on chair number 6. And in this case, both of them happen to be south facing. We cannot have Salman and Shahrukh on chair number 5. So we would take Shahid here, as Shahid and Ranbir are sitting together. Akshay would go on chair number 2 as he has to sit on a south facing chair. And then for chair number 1 and 7, again we would have possibility between Salman and Shahrukh. So there are 2 possible arrangements here, and in both the possible arrangements there are 2 sitting arrangements possible for Salman and Shahrukh if we want to make sure that our conditions are being met. So quite often it would happen that an arrangement question can have more than one definite solution. So you have to consider both of them. Now it depends on the further questions that what particular arrangement has been taken into consideration. Maybe one of the questions says if Imran sits adjacent to Shahrukh, then I know we have to go with our first possibility, because only in the first possibility we can achieve that Imran and Shahrukh can sit together. In the possibility number 2, that particular arrangement is not possible where Imran can sit adjacent to Shahrukh. So that depends on the further questions that are being related with this particular set. Now let's have a look at this particular problem, wherein if you read, there are 8 members in a family, A, B, C, D, P, Q, R and S. Now each of them has a relationship with A. So A is the central source of data, and then there are other 7 family members whose relationships are defined with respect to A, and the relationships are father, mother, sister, brother, wife, son, daughter, but not necessarily in the same order. So here we will have to make a family tree also, and also we have to arrange them in a linear manner. And here one more deduction can be made, because we are talking about wife of A, so we can surely say that A is a male member. Okay, so this is the family tree vis-a-vis the kind of relationships that are given in this particular question. Now they're all sitting in a straight line facing north. P is sitting second to the right of A's son. Now this tells me that P cannot be A's son. Okay, so I place A's son at a position P is sitting second to the right of A's son. Two people are sitting between A's son and A's father. So A's father could be here. You can also try this question by taking A's father towards the left side, but later on it contradicts with one of the given data. Q is an immediate neighbor of A's father. So this side we already have P, that means Q should be here. Q is sitting at one of the extreme ends, that means we do not have any more people beyond Q, and now we have 8 people, so we know there are 3 people on the A's son's left. A is not an immediate neighbor of P, so we cannot have A here, we cannot have A here. A's brother is sitting second to the left of A. Now the only possible position to put A, here we have A's son. At this place I cannot have A. Here we have P. Here we have A's father, and here we have Q. So we can put A here, and using this point, A's brother is sitting second to the left of A. That means A's brother can be placed here. Now D and A's brother are sitting together. That means I can place D here. Two people are sitting between D and A's sister. So A's sister can come here. Two people are sitting between P and B's brother. So here we are also talking about A's brother. Here we are also talking about B's brother. So we have to figure out who could actually be B. Now if we look at, there is a person who is sister of A, and that particular person is also sister to A's brother. So we can conclude here B is nothing but B is actually A's sister. Now we are also talking about S's father here. S's father is sitting to the immediate right of A's daughter. Now you have to think who could be S, and also keep into the mind that B, who is A's sister, A and A's brother, they would have the same father. So if we assume that S is nothing but A's brother, let's see if this fits into the data or not. So if we say S's father, so when I say S's father, that would also mean the same person is also A's father. S's father is sitting to the immediate right of A's daughter. So this is A's father, and I'm saying this is also S's father. So this position should go to A's daughter. And where would be S? A's brother. I'm assuming S to be A's brother. A's wife is immediate neighbor of S. So this should be A's, D should be A's wife, and Q should be A's mother. So that's the only relationship left. R is younger than C. Among R and C, one has to be A's son and one has to be A's father. Now when I read this line, R is younger than C, now I can for surely say that R is A's son and C is A's father. So if we want to complete this family tree, C is A's father, Q is A's mother, his wife is D, son is R, and daughter is P. So you would find questions on linear arrangements where some relationship, some kind of blood relation has also been combined. So as I've shared earlier also, that you have to do this process simultaneously, that you're also completing the family tree and also making the linear arrangement. So I hope now you know how to approach these kind of questions wherein the parameters are combined. Sitting arrangement as well as some kind of blood relation data, or it could be data related to their profession. Any other parameter could be added in that question to make that particular arrangement a little difficult than the usual one. So I'll suggest you need to do a lot of practice in these kind of questions so that your response time in the exams is reduced. So thank you. Thanks a lot.